Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today's build and play guide is on the Resistance, and it is, if you look in the shop for the next little bit, in there under the Rapid Reload, as you can see the discount. Um, for what it is, good ship, and I know some people are going to be like, well, it's a Renown at Tier 6. That's good. Renown at Tier 5 is really good. Resistance gets better torps and a little bit better reload, I believe. But for the most part, it's a Renown, and I really like it. In fact, having played this now, this is probably my. I know some people won't agree with this, but this will be probably my go-to at Tier 6. This, Florida, Scharnhorst, them are my three that I like. I know that's not the three that most people like, but this is I think for most people, going to be a very good ship for them. For our commander, we're using John Fisher. Reason being is if you have Nelson, you could use it too, but the AP is just really good. And that with the accuracy that this ship has, you can do a lot with the AP. Trust me, guys. You guys are going to see a really stellar match in this thing uh, coming forward. It's actually going to be currently the second best game ever in Resistance. So, that being said, Andrew Cunningham, Andy Revell are our inspirations, along with the skills of Flammable Cannoneer, Gyrating Drill Bits, Reformer, a Master Mechanic, and Fight Fire with Fire. For our modifications, we're using Aiming Systems Mod 1, and as always, and it's British, of course. It doesn't have prop mods. We need to take router, but as always, in slot 3, Concealment. For your heals, it does have a better heal than Renown. And with this build, you get 5. Normally, you have 3. They are pretty decent. Also, you get engine boosts and a sonar, and it's a decent sonar. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. You could also take defensive AA or enhanced secondary targeting if you'd like. I wouldn't personally. Sonar is pretty handy because you do have torps and you can get kind of close, and sometimes having that sonar is really handy. 57,000 hit points, 13% torpedo reduction. You don't want to be eating torps in this thing. That's why the sonar is quite handy. Now, for your main battery, you have 6 15-inch guns. Now, you only have 6 of them, but these things are pretty darn good. They're really accurate, just like Renown. And honestly, for a British battleship, the 180 turn time is not that awful. Your HE isn't too bad on it, especially with having a 20-second reload. So not terrible, but the AP I find is very good on this. That's just me personally. It is very good at getting rid of cruisers and just things in general. All right. Do you want to switch ammo types? Absolutely, you do. But you want to lean on the AP in this ship, in my opinion. Torpedoes. You have 8. So you have 4 single launch tubes on each side. These do hit pretty good. All right. They at 15,000 for a battleship at that tier, not bad. They are much stronger than the renowned ones. I believe the renowned ones are only 10,000. And so these ones pretty solid. AA defense, not ideal, right? I haven't had to use it much, but almost all of it is in close. Like it's pretty bad. I don't think I've run across too many carriers, and you don't want to in this thing. You only have one stage of it past 2.5 kilometers. That's not good. Maneuverability. Turning circle isn't great at the tier, but everything else is pretty solid. Concealment is really solid for a battleship, but it's still a battleship. You're not going to sneak up on a dead moose in open water. Now, you can see my stats in it. pretty solid. Main gun accuracy at 45%. Now you guys gotta keep in mind, I shoot destroyers, right? Even in this thing. And I still have a 45. When I normally would say my battleships average 40 to 41% because I shoot a lot of destroyers and islands. Let's not leave out the islands. But honestly, these, in my opinion, this is the best accuracy at tier 6. Uh, I like it. In personally, there's a lot of tier 6 battleships that are good. They're not great, but they're good. And I think it's a very balanced class for battleships. And this kind of fits right in. And as I put this in the upper part of them, to be honest with you. But you can see winning quite well. Yeah, and average damage is pretty good for tier 6. My XP average is good for tier 6. The one thing I will say, guys, is we look at the armor. This ship can be a little bit squishy, right? This is a renowned repulse battle cruiser, so not a lot of armor on it, and you're going to eat a lot of pens in it. And if you go broadside, not great. You also have a 26 millimeter bow and stern, meaning 15-inch guns and bigger are going to overmatch you, which is basically everything at the tier outside of a few things like Sharnor. So as you can see here, this is your Citadel. You do have a turtleback, but it's not as good of a turtleback as what most turtlebacks are. This is really not going to save you too much. All right. If you go broadside in this, you will feel the pain. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player. Not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. With that out of the way, I had a few matches to be able to show you guys in this thing. You guys might see some more down the road, but I figured I would show you guys the second best damage game ever in this. So, what you guys are going to see is going to be a lot of fun. That being said, pretty fun ship, and I know some people may not like it, but the guns are so consistent on this thing, and I am biased towards ships that are consistent, right? Like Montana, this, I mean, there's just so many ships that on battleships, when you get consistent accuracy with, it's good. Like Constellation, Odin, there's a few, a bunch of them in each tier or in each nation that do it. So you can see our torp angles are pretty solid, and we're gonna throw out some torps just in case someone comes around that corner. And there is Scharnhorst. Now remember, Scharnhorst does not overmatch us. We can absolutely not have much of an issue to Scharnhorst if we're careful. Right? So you can see that first salvo hit 5 of our 6 shells, 15,000 damage, right? Solid, right? Now, destroyer shows his face. We're going to take bad aim on the first shot. Our second shot, we hit 3 out of our 4 shells right there. Bam, right? Again, right off the bat, you can see accuracy with this thing, very solid. And in lower tiers, it's hard to really run across ships that are consistently accurate all the time. You can see here, Scharnhorst is pushing in. That is a slight issue for us because Scharnhorst is quite a pretty good brawler here. Now, to be fair, probably should have launched torps here, but I was kind of just trying to read the map. It's still early in the match, trying to figure out where everybody is, making sure our cruiser doesn't get mauled here. And we're going to go ahead and throw some more shells at Scharnhorst. We're going to turn out because we don't know. We really don't know what's out there fully, so there could be something else waiting because there is a mono, I believe, that hasn't been really spotted recently. So I could be getting ready to eat some torps like an idiot. We're gonna throw out some torps here, and that's what's gonna be really handy with these torps. You can get people charging really quick, and I use these torps quite a bit actually, and have pretty good luck with them. As you're gonna see, Scharnhorst is gonna run right into these bad boys, as he's got to stay angled to me. Otherwise, we could have taken a pretty good chunk out of him, and we don't get the dev strike because somebody else finishes them off. But pretty decent start, right? And now we're gonna turn in, use our good speed to get in, and try to get into another position here to catch some people off guard, right? There's a destroyer here, a battleship, and a mono, or a cruiser here. A mono, that's the only cruiser they have in the match. And we're just going to continue to push up now, get back in the match. As you can see, there is... Oh, it's Gokas. My bad. I knew it was a Japanese ship with torps. So while I was being careful and while I had my radar up, or sonar, and you're going to see here, we're going to line up on Gokas. Now, interesting thing here. He is kind of right by the island. You're going to see me hold my shot here for a second because I wasn't sure if he was going to beach himself or not. At these low tiers, a lot of people will beach, and you got to be careful. But it looks like he's not going to here. You can see I'm just deciding I'm going to shoot here. And that was a solid decision. As you can see, again, how solid these guns are as we hit 5 of 6 shells. Almost dev strike them. Again, almost our second dev strike of the game. One with torpedoes, one with main guns. As you can see, getting no health left whatsoever, and he is going to go down to our Ioba. And we're going to push up. Now, we do know there is a battleship behind this mountain. We want to try to get this cap. And also, we have the opportunity to catch this battleship off guard. We know it was like a Nelson. One of the Nelson class ships. And like I said, we can use our speed, get in the cap, and also take advantage of catching a Nelson off guard. They're not the world's fastest ship, and we're going to go ahead and send some shells down at New Mexico, just on our way as we're getting the cap and pushing up. So not a bad start. Obviously, we were a big chunk of taking out a bunch of the people over here. And as you can see, New Mexico now is taking most of the damn punishment for their team. And we're pushing up. Now, Nelson does see me coming, so I'm not sure why he isn't trying to get out of there. But we're going to try to get this cap. Nobody's shooting me. And except for our own cruisers getting real close to us. You guys will have to let me know what your guys' favorite Tier 6 battleship is, by the way. For me, I would say I put this in my top 3 now of Tier 6 battleships. Premium battleships, that is. Along with Scharnhorst and Florida. Because now that Florida's buffed, Florida's fun. It was not fun before the buff. It was pretty bad, in fact. I thought we were definitely going to finish off New Mexico. We don't, and now our attention has to focus on Nelson, right? And he is flat broadside. I mean, absolutely flat broadside. We put 4 shells into him, get 3 citadels. We overpin on 1 as we get our high caliber at 120. pretty poor life choice on this Nelson's part to do that. And he's gonna get a heal off to, or it looks like get a heal off to give us a little bit more health to finish him the rest of the way to get 2 more citadels. So fun. And this is where you guys are gonna laugh a little bit. One of my biggest weaknesses in this game, besides sometimes map awareness, is shooting at stinking carriers, because I don't have all the carrier citadels memorized. That's going to be quite evident in my next shooting. This is not the ship shooting wrong. This is old Soopa-Dave in his daily dumb Dave moment. You're going to see here, we're going to get some really nice look at Furious. I'm going to lead him quite a bit, thinking he's good moving forward. And we're going to we let him a little bit too much. We still get a good chunk out of him as we get our Confederate. And we're going to go ahead and just push up. Obviously, the match is almost over, so at this point, I'm just going to have fun now. So he starts backing up. We're going to try to get in the middle of the ship where I don't know where Furious's Citadel is. I'm going to definitely know after this, though, as we hit all 6 shells. You guys can see consistently we are hitting a ton of shells, right? Well, a ton of the shells we put down range anyway. And again, no Citadel. I had no problem finding Citadels on everything else, but on the Furious, it was much harder as we get 3 over pins. And here we're going to go ahead and take another shot as he does dodge our destroyers and torpedoes. And line up, take a shot. Not properly aimed probably, but apparently the Citadel is at the very back of the ship. As we do go ahead and finish him off. And now all that is left is Hyuga. But like I said, I just really like the guns on this ship, guys. There's a lot of fun and good battleships at Tier 6, including the tech tree ones. I can see anybody's argument for what's best at the tier. Is we, again, hit a bunch of our shells on Hyuga. So I could understand if somebody may not be really high end. You know, if somebody's more of a beginner, this is going to be a little bit tougher ship to use because you don't have as much armor, and you know, in order to really use the torpedoes effectively, you kind of got to be a little bit more aggressive, and it's kind of got a higher skill ceiling than some of the other ships at the tier. But once you get a feel for this ship, it's an absolute fun ship to play as Hyuga goes down. And we cross our 200,000 damage. This is the second best game ever in resistance for damage. And a 3,200 base game, top of leaderboard, helping our team win the match. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you folks next time.